Immigration has led to America becoming a melting pot of all different cultures. When people from all around the world immigrated to America, they brought with them their religious traditions and practices. Due to the continual mixing of cultures over time and immigration, America is now the most religiously diverse place on the planet. And among those who immigrated were actually my grandparents and parents. And with them, they brought their various religious traditions. They portray a specific case of familial religious diversity, as there are a few different religious traditions practiced in my family. And among those are Roman Catholicism, Buddhism, and now we have a few atheists. I've seen my family's religious identity change over the generations, and I would say that much of that has to do with them immigrating to America. So, what were your religious practices and beliefs while in Vietnam?
In Vietnam, my family is very religious. I went to church twice a day, one in the morning at 5 a.m. and one in the evening about 5 p.m. We have to be very quiet and cannot talk in the church no matter what. If we chat in the church and get caught, we will be punished. Also, before bedtime, we also do rosary for about half an hour to 45 minutes.
Okay, I see. So after immigrating to America, how have those religious practices changed? What do you do now?
It's changed significantly because of the fact that since coming to America, due to school and work schedule, I only go to church once a week on Sunday as required by law.
I see. So you married into a family that is less religious than you. How have those differences affected your family relationships?
It's affected significantly since my wife is not as religious as I am. We tend to get into heated arguments when talk about God. I finally figured out that to keep family happy, I avoid discuss religion with my wife. Lest each one keeps their own faith, we can talk about many other things, but not religion. Now in America, I only keep God to myself and only share my belief with the people that are on the same page. Though I have my children attended Catholic school, we don't talk about God a lot because their understanding is not the same as mine. We generally come to disagreement. It's much easier to talk to them when they were kids. Now they have grown up, they have their own belief, and they think what they know is right, so it's much harder to discuss.
I understand. Thank you. So what were some of your religious beliefs and practices while in Vietnam?
Oh, I went to the church every week, and I also kept the holiday of obligation. I'm barely praying as well.
And so how did that change when you came to America? What were your practices now?
Oh, after immigrating to America, I kept the same routines of attending church every week. I pray a lot more because I had a lot more free time.
I see. So how have these religious differences affected your family relationships, and how do you navigate those differences?
Oh, my husband often disagree with me on our religious belief. Since he is a Buddhist and I am Catholic, I have often felt upset when he's not respectful during the time I am praying. Now, to avoid agreement, I try to avoid bringing up and of my religious belief.
Thank you. So what were some of your religious practices and beliefs while in Vietnam?
Yeah, I was raised a Buddhist and I was taught to worship my ancestor. I always adopted what I was taught. And I attend Mass to be with my family.
So after immigrating to America, what are your religious practices and beliefs now?
After immigrating to America, I no longer religious, but I believe in the one true God. I still attend Mass to be with my family.
So how have these differences in religion affected your family relationships, and how have you gone about navigating that?
My wife is Catholic, and since I'm not religious, I don't agree on our religious belief. So to avoid fight, we don't talk about our religious belief. Religion didn't matter to me, so I let my kids to raise as Catholic.
I see. Begin. My family is a clear case of how immigration to America has resulted in an overall lower level of retention of traditional religious practices, but a higher level of religious tolerance. This has led to a higher level of spiritual development for my family than before immigrating to America. In the future, as immigration to America increases, and with it the increased blending and exposure to different religious traditions is inevitable. The future should boast less retention of one's original traditional religious practices, but a higher level of synchronicity and religious tolerance.